Hello everyone, this is Ethan from Frontier Guides, and today I bring you a different video from the usual. Most of my videos are discussions and theories regarding the game, and I never really played it in this channel. Well, kinda. Anyway, some weeks ago I realized that the 18th day of this month it's gonna be 4 years since I played FF for the first time, and that made me notice how barely I missed the game in its original form, before the Other World update. With that in mind, I thought, what if I started a new account and played the game as if it was 2017, when there were no major updates besides the original release version. And surely enough, I decided to turn this into a challenge, and started writing the rules. To sum it up, the idea is playing Fantasy Frontier, but you cannot use, sell or kill any item, gear or creature that was added to the game after its public release. Also, you cannot access any areas or use any optional benefits that weren't there back in 2017. If you have no idea how the game was back then, let me tell some of the things you cannot do in this challenge. Using the home button, opening present, opening or selling treasure chests, doing Slayer task, using the gardening feature, and of course, doing the no fog glitch. This doesn't sound that bad, right? Well, here are the areas you cannot access. The Otherworldly Tower, the entire Nightmare Dimension, the island of Matumada, Strange Man's Domain, and the Rabbit Hole. Also, you must not interact with any of the other world shopkeepers, but there is no reason to do that since they only sell items that were added in the same update as them. Now you may ask, okay, all major bosses are locked, what is my goal in this challenge then? Simple, get the fantastic top hat the way it was back in 2017. You may think that's hard and would take months of work, but take a look back. Most of the hard stuff from Monsterpedia and Fishpedia wasn't even there, neither did the bird eggs. The only Itempedia that didn't suffer any major changes was the Harvestpedia. But come on, if it wasn't for Rising Star, it would be a walk in the park to get the green cape. Even with it, it's still not that hard. You may also think, what about Forgotten Feather, Gold Feather, and the 0.1% fishes? You can get all of these from FrogQuest, and getting frogs isn't a big deal when you know how to look for them. I was planning on making a video about this topic, but since update may change it, I'll wait for that. Yeah, a big part of this challenge would be farming frogs if you were to try and get all the rare items by this method. But you can try the usual way too. Itempedia completion requires patience and dedication no matter how you try it. My biggest concern about this challenge is the general gameplay receiving too much overhauls once the new update comes, which would give it a totally different face, so I'll challenge myself to beat this challenge until update is released. It's a fun way to keep myself close to the game, even though it's demanding, and since my classes are starting next week, I don't think I'll have much time for that. I'll turn it into a small series in this channel for as long as I keep trying it, but don't expect videos to come with much of a frequency. I might as well record this series now and edit once I have more free time. Can't assure anything in the phase of my life I am right now. The channel is still a hobby which I don't earn anything from, sorry for that. Concerns aside, I'll try to be as productive as possible in this video. I got the edited gameplay with post-commentary format idea from the DanFam's Let's Play series. Be sure to check it out if you haven't before, since he's coming back with more Fantasy Frontier content when the update drops. If you wanna try this challenge by yourself, I left a document with more detailed rules and helpful information in the description. Now let's get to the actual gameplay. It feels so good to be here again. But wait, let me fix something. Oh yeah, feels much better now. First thing I gotta do, of course, is make my character. I could have tried to make it similar to how I looked back in 2017, but at the time I didn't think of that, so my character will look like this instead for no particular reason. Oh yeah, the good old tutorial. I still love it to this day, not gonna lie. When I saw it for the first time, I already knew a great adventure was waiting for me. Kinda cool to see how this game was a big part of my life for the past years. Not like I'll need it now, so let's fall down to our adventure. And so I was received in a quite odd way, but no worries, let's begin our plans. You see all this area here with those NPCs and buildings? None of this exists. It's all just a farm with a single house. First thing I'm gonna do is sell my clothes, as the frontier is a very hot place, so I won't need that. While taking a look around, I noticed this strange sound coming from this place, but absolutely nothing is here. Naturally, I would go to the Nightmare and gather Red Boy tokens until I get 50,000 gold to buy jump boots, but since I can't do that, I'll need to figure out different ways to get money. And when I saw this piece of litter in the ground, I thought, why not help Lawrence cleaning the town? During this mission, I managed to put my hands on some flatty mushrooms, to get the first of many Itempedia updated notifications. It wasn't a thing back in 2017, but it's a cool feature, so it's surely welcome to stay. While walking around the town, I saw Temple Lake, and why not give it a try? I ended up getting a bad fish and one that I couldn't sell, so it wasn't really worth it. Near there I heard noises from the waterfall and got pretty annoyed due to the fact that this noise is a 3-second loop and you can hear it starting, which is quite unpleasant. Spectra, please fix it. Then I saw this unidentified floating object that I better keep distance from, and followed my way to Big Box, who I sold the few things I got to. As I made basically no money from that, I thought I may have more luck by going a bit further away from the town. And not so far away, I'm greeted by this big guy, who certainly one-hit KOs me. But it's guarding this mushroom, so I gotta dodge his attacks in order to get it. Not much trouble with that, but in fact it keeps following me and almost hits me, but I managed to escape with some plants in my bag. After getting more stuff, while hiking my way back to Temple I found a fruit stack, which sells for 10,000 gold. Not that much, but in the spot I am right now, any money is welcome. Right after that, I'm surprised by a bat, which scared me a lot cause I thought it was gonna kill me, but it dealt me like no damage at all, so I was worried for no reason. Back at Temple Town, I found this cute little creature. That was so cute I decided to leave it there while I got this nightmare mushroom. That oddly enough was one of the last items I got when I first completed the Harvestpedia. Don't ask me why, it's such a common mushroom. I decided to store my litter pieces in the public storage, since there's no reason to have them occupying my inventory, and then proceeded to sell what I got as night falls. Since nighttime is dangerous when you're in the game, I stayed at Temple and decided to fish until daytime. And surely enough, my second cast was a grand treasure chest that I can't open. How lovely. I didn't really get anything good from this fishing session, so I'll still need a few gold to get to 50,000. And so I take another walk around Temple Hill, where I ended up being quite lucky and getting more than I needed. In the outskirts of Temple Town, I pay a visit to my good friend Ronald Daisy Jackson, who has an entire cart only to sell pairs of boots that make you jump higher, which I'm not gonna complain about since they're pretty helpful. My next step is going to the south of the map in order to meet Arnold Slime and do the pipe rifle quest. On my way I found this strange looking rock that must be nothing important. So I followed my journey and stopped on the way to kill this deer that was stuck facing the dirt. And as I was near Robo Spring, why not give it a try there too? And oh, why did I try this stupid challenge? On my way to the south I saw a creature that was most likely a fruit of my imagination, so no need to stop there. Then I arrived at the house of Arnold Slime, who has one of the coolest dialogue sound effects in the game. On my way out, I faced a rat dart that took me more effort than I'd like to admit to kill it, and ended up dropping their tooth and a mystical item I must keep out of my inventory. What a reward. Anyway, while going back to Temple, I tried to give the spring another chance and, well, at least I can sell that. Arriving at Temple, I meet Bandit Jack, who does nothing whatsoever besides telling you to send a note to Arnold Slime. After that, he just stands there forever without ever changing his dialogues. I guess most NPCs are like that anyway, not gonna complain about we having more people to talk to. So I reset to get my health points back and start another journey. This time to Blackrock Mountain, where I can find the balloon mushrooms that I already know Arnold Slime is gonna ask me to get. There I found some more stacks and remembered about the existence of this feature. It's quite useful at early game, not gonna lie. I make my way to the top of the mountain, but there's absolutely nothing there, so I just slowly fall down, improvising my rod as a parasol in order to have a safe fall. Down there I find my first stack of balloons, and the second one as night falls. Since I can't use the home button and on my way to Temple I may find ghosts, which are the biggest threat at the moment, I decided the safest place to spend the night is Blackrock Mountain itself. Now just take a look at this moment where me randomly checking my inventory saved my life, because I was able to see this swapper running my direction thirsty for blood. Remember kids, always look at both sides before crossing the street. After fleeing, I take a moment in the Blackrock tunnels to mine a bit. And get really angry because there's this specific ore you can't get at all, as there's this glass wall or whatever in both sides of it. So the only way to mine this ore is by wall clipping with a glitch or exploit. Spectra, please fix. Then at daytime I come back to Temple using these wooden platforms for the first time ever. There I sell all my stuff and how nice, I got to 100,000 gold. I decide to buy myself a bronze dagger, since that's a pretty nice utility weapon to move around quicker when you don't have that much walk speed. After that, I walk around temple for a while trying to find more litter pieces for the cleaner task. Not like I really need the money, but I'll be happy to help Lawrence keeping the town clean. While running around the town, I tried to kill this bird but failed miserably. Which leads me to Gnome School, where I noticed that this wizard's hair is long as f*** and I never really noticed that before. I've been learning quite a bit from this challenge. Then I go on another journey to the south of the map. In my way, I decide to visit one of the most forgotten places in the map, which is so forgotten I actually missed its entrance before finally finding it. And yeah, it's just the simple cave I was talking about. It's so empty and useless, like there's only a few ores and mushrooms, but there's no reason at all to visit this place after finding it for the first time. I wish they worked more in caves for this game. I love exploring underground places, but Fantastic Frontier lacks this kind of experience. Right after reaching Hoodlum Falls, I found a big stack of balloons, which gets me almost enough to finish the quest. There I also found this Talbear, which is a quite weird mob, since most of the times it does nothing if you attack it, but sometimes it can just decide to attack you back, so I was pretty nervous fighting it and decided to stop since I had a lot of balloons in my inventory. Short after that I find my last stack of balloons, so now I have all I need to get my first long range weapon, which will be my main weapon during the early game, at least until I have enough money to buy a spellbook. While going back to temple, I decide to test my gun in this deer, and surely enough it works pretty nicely. As I was near the spring, why not try fishing a bit? And finally that ended up paying off, as I got pretty lucky to fish a river lord fish, which has a 0.5% chance here. Even though it was nighttime, I kept fishing, which almost led me to my first death if it wasn't for fast reflexes to dodge this random yellow man that came out of nowhere to kill me. I sold everything I had and spent some of this money on bullets, that I would use to kill random mobs and corrupted wizard. On my way to the spider's nest I was surprised by a couple of ghosts. I'm pretty sure those don't one-hit KO me, but I was able to dodge their attacks nonetheless. After killing them, an alien randomly popped and fell into a hole to make it an easy target for me. As another ghost approaches but gets stuck in this tree, which ended up being pretty nice cause it dropped one of the hardest plants to obtain, so now I have one less item to worry about. When I arrived at Blackrock Mountain I realized I had no parasol, so killing the corrupted wizard would be a pretty hard task. While coming back to the temple I found an Iron Knight, who dropped me a lot of iron ingots as well as a royal helmet. I also got a yellow cape from that daughter monster, which I equipped cause why not? Arriving at temple I used one of the most forgotten features in this game, which is the crafting system, to make myself an iron chestplate for extra defense stats. That's another thing I'm really expecting a rework. It's a feature with great potential but not much use in the current state. At this point I had already played for an hour and a bit, so I decided to end the first episode. I hope you all have enjoyed this new series. It is my first time doing something like this, so I'd like you to comment what you think I could change for the next episodes. I'll probably try to make them shorter so they're easier to edit and probably more of you would watch shorter videos. Anyways, my holidays just ended, so I'll have way less time to work on videos and anything else, but the January teaser review is eventually coming, don't worry. Thank you for watching, hope you liked this idea and stay tuned for my next videos. See ya!